to the bottom of the sea. I could go. You're everywhere. You're to the bottom of the sea. I could go. You're everywhere. You're everywhere. You're
Thank you. Thank you. I'm a big fan of that video, and so I wanted to make sure we showed it to everyone. And I want to thank you for having me for a few minutes just to talk a little bit about Long Beach and what's happening in Long Beach. I'm very proud to be and have been its mayor now for the last 2 years, and it's a very exciting time for our city. I really believe that Long Beach is going through an incredible change throughout our community and really the state. It's a new city. There's a lot of excitement. I like to remind people, a lot of people don't realize, that Long Beach in population is actually larger than the cities of Atlanta, Georgia, Miami, Florida, and St. Louis, Missouri. 500,000 people. This is a big city. We all know it's part of LA County, but a lot of people don't realize that it's in itself a very large community. It's a diverse community, a lot of types of people, a large LGBT population, all sorts of folks, and so it's a really great community. It's also going through a lot of change. The changes include incredible investments. I just read in the paper this morning, in the last 12 months, property values have gone up by $1.4 billion with a B in the city of Long Beach. And we're excited about the changes that are happening across the community, but of course those bring challenges. But what we're focused on is growth, technology, sustainability, and making sure that we do what we can to make sure people have a good community and a good environment to live in. There are some things that are happening in the community that are pretty exciting. We're in the process right now of building an entire new civic center. If you go through downtown, we're building a new central library, a brand new city hall, a brand new development, all sorts of things happening across the downtown core. There's a great waterfront. I also say that downtown Long Beach is actually the only downtown between San Diego and San Francisco that's on the water. I mean, our downtown is right on the water, and we're really, really proud of that. We're building 5,000 residential units, which is a lot. We're actually some of the most residential construction in the state of California is actually happening right now, particularly in the downtown. You go to downtown LA, and you're obviously seeing something very similar. And we've got retail space and commercial growing across the community as well. Also, just wanted to share with the Port of Long Beach. The Port of Long Beach is, with Los Angeles, the largest port complex in the entire country. As far as volume is concerned, it's second to LA when it comes to the amount of volume that comes in trade. And 1 in 8 jobs actually in the Long Beach, LA harbor area is directed around the port. And so it's a huge job creator. The port itself, we're doing about $2 billion of infrastructure, which is all we know public dollars. And we're building, in case you didn't know, a new iconic bridge. If you go by the Vincent Thomas Bridge and then the Gerald Desmond Bridge, if you've ever gone down Ocean Boulevard by the ports, we're actually bringing down the Gerald Desmond Bridge in Long Beach and building an all-new bridge, cable suspension. It's probably one of the largest public projects in the state of California. It'll be lit up at night. It'll be a really new icon, actually, for Southern California, and that'll be done construction in just a couple years. In addition to the port, which is our big industry, we are really proud that we've brought in a lot of great brands and large companies to Long Beach, particularly in the technology sector and in manufacturing. We've adaptively reused a lot of our construction areas around the airport to bring in some really great companies, which we're very proud of. And so in addition, and I know you're talking about smart cities and the future of cities, we're very committed in Long Beach to thinking about the future and what technology means. We've invested a lot on startup tools for local businesses and entrepreneurs. We're working with all the right folks, whether it's Code for America, the Bloomberg Innovation teams. We're a Bloomberg Innovation City, and we've invested a lot of money in expanding high-tech infrastructure, municipal fiber, making sure that we're connected to the right technology, that the digital divide is being addressed throughout the community. Those are all things that are important to us. And we're really trying to support entrepreneurship. So that's why we're getting, I think, a lot of this interest all of a sudden in technology. We are, a lot of innovation and creative firms are moving in across the city. We obviously want to make Long Beach very livable, and we're very proud that our park system in Long Beach continues to be ranked in the top 20 in the country. If you follow Park Score and some of these national park groups, Long Beach is always ranked in those. And we're continuously named as one of the top 10 most walkable and bikeable cities. Long Beach has led the way, particularly in the West Coast when it comes to bikeability. We have cycle tracks and bike lanes and bike boulevards all across the community. We have found that people love to use them. And what we've tried to take the approach as well is when our bike infrastructure, it's not just for cyclists. We know that a lot of immigrants and a lot of low-income folks, that's how they get to work. That's how they get across town. And so it's important for us to build a bikeable community. And when it comes to the environment, we're also pretty committed to that. We all know that climate change is affecting cities, especially coastal communities. And so we're very focused on climate resiliency. We're making sure our planning documents are really up to date so that we're really addressing the issues around climate change. Our aquarium, if you've ever been to the Aquarium of the Pacific, is leading all of our efforts when it comes to climate resiliency. We're proud to be part, of course, of all the national city organizations that are working on climate change, along with the City of Los Angeles, Santa Monica, and others. And we're also very committed to being part of the Mayor's Compact of cities. So we have set pretty aggressive standards in Long Beach when it comes to climate change. But there's two projects in particular that we're very excited about in Long Beach when it comes to restoring the environment. And the first is the San Pedro Bay Breakwater and Ecosystem Restoration Study. And I'll give you a short, this is a map of Long Beach. And what you can see here is back in decades ago, in the 1940s, the 1950s, Long Beach was a Navy town. And the breakwater, a federal breakwater, was built all along the coast as we were building ships and repairing ships. Well, when the war was over and when the Navy left, the breakwater stayed. And so we're committed to looking at how we can restore the ecosystem. And right now we're talking about reconstructing the breakwater. The Army Corps is going to be releasing in about a year 3 or 4 different models that we can then use to hopefully reconstruct the breakwater. I've always believed that our coastline, which is large, is dramatically underused. And I think that if we can generate more wave activity and a little bit more cleanliness in the water, that I think our activation of the shore would be dramatically different. And of course, the LA River dumps right out into Long Beach Harbor. And so more than ever, we've got to restore the breakwater and the LA River as well. We're working with Mayor Garcia and everyone else on this really important project for the community. And I'm going to just spend a minute talking about the Long Beach College Promise. You may have heard recently that LA launched the Los Angeles College Promise. Well, we've had the Long Beach College Promise for about 8 or 9 years in the city of Long Beach. And it was a model for America's College Promise, which President Obama started a few years ago. The College Promise is a partnership with Long Beach Unified, our community college system, as well as Cal State Long Beach. And it is a really great program. It ensures that every single kid that is in school at Long Beach Unified has a seat waiting for them at Long Beach City or at Cal State Long Beach. And it ensures that they get free tuition for the first year at community college. It's been in place for a few years for us now. And it also makes sure that there's always available seats for them at the college, that they're not having to go to another university that's not in their community if they don't want to. We have some initiatives as part of the Long Beach College Promise that are important to us. we have been focused in Long Beach. We have an issue in Long Beach that LA has, which is that we don't have enough internships for young people. So if you go to a city like Boston, they have 50,000 public school students in Boston, 15,000 of them have internships. Go to Long Beach, we have 90,000 public school students, 1,500 of them have internships. It's the same exact story in the city of Los Angeles and other places. So we've actually increased internships from 1,500 to 3,000 in the last 2 years through our mayor's internship initiative. We just added the last year 900 new preschool seats. It's been my goal to get to universal pre-K over the course of the next few years in the city of Long Beach. And of course, we added the full free tuition at Long Beach City College as well. And so as an educator myself, and I come from the education side into government, education, I believe, is the single most important thing we can do to ensure a strong economy for the future and to ensure that we have strong cities. So we're very involved in the College Promise, and the city is very active through our library system and others to ensure that it's very successful. And so just since we've launched, we've had over 13,000 students benefit from these programs, so we're really proud of those. And so we're, of course, in Long Beach, just wanting to share our story. We're very excited about the future and really hopeful that all of you can come down. I know some of you are probably from Long Beach and just get to know our city a little bit more. I've definitely got some time still left in office with a lot to do, and I'm happy also to be here to be able to answer some questions about Long Beach. So hopefully you learned something today about our great city. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.